We're going to make a little pineapple sauce made from fresh pineapple and rosemary. It doesn't look green, that's because it was in the freezer, but it's fresh. It's not dried. The dried has no flavor at all. Anyway, I'm putting this in there like so, because I'm too lazy to mince up the rosemary. And into that, I'm going to put the celery, carrots, and onion, just to sweat them up a little, get more flavor out of them, and a little fresh minced garlic, which I also keep in the freezer. And 2 minutes on that, and I will use a wooden spoon, not to make noise. Plus it's a coated pan and we don't want to scratch it. So that's gonna, not too much banging please. That's going to sweat up for a minute or two, and then I'm going to add the pineapple, which is fresh, and I'm calling this pineapple sauce, it's almost going to be like a glaze because it's going to be thick. I don't want it to run over the pork. I want it to lay right on top. So this is the fresh pineapple that I dice up and put in my freezer, because you can't eat a whole pineapple that fast, and I'm the only one that eats it here. So this looks like a nice cup of pineapple. Yes. And when you freeze it, some of the water comes out. So you have that also. And that's a heaping cup of pineapple. That's fresh. Don't use that crushed crap in the can, in the jar. Use fresh. Everything here is fresh. Look. This is all fresh, 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 fresh. Now we put the pineapple in there. And then with the pineapple, there's some fine ginger powder. Stuff is so good. And hoisin sauce. Get that in there to get all of that hoisin out. And I'm going to put a lid on this, even though it has that. And the flame is rather low. Raise it up just a little bit. As soon as it comes to a simmer, I'm going to get a little cornstarch and tighten it up. So simple. I don't have to mix it now. Let the heat take care of doing that. This will take about 6-7 minutes and we'll be back. Well, I'm back just 15 seconds later because I forgot the dry white wine. Now it'll go away. I can't wait those 7 minutes, so I'm going to check this now, and I like that. Liquid, nice. And the rosemary, I put down on the recipe, the rosemary is 1 teaspoon, finely minced. That's equivalent to about what I have in there, and I'm trying to suck the flavor out of that basket. Anyway, That's good. That's perfect amount of liquid, because like I said, this is going to lay on top of the pork. Nice thick pork chop, boneless. I'm going to let this cook for a few more minutes, then I'm going to add the cornstarch. When adding cornstarch, I was taught many years ago, never mix it with water if you can avoid doing that, because then you're just adding, you're taking away from the flavor of whatever sauce it was. So if you can, you use stock mixed into the cornstarch. It would be chicken or beef or whatever, and you can also put the wine. A tablespoon of cornstarch, a tablespoon of wine. Just mix it up and put it in. That way you're not diluting it with water. Now we're going to finish it up. We'll take this out. And then we have in here the cornstarch and the stock, or the water, or the wine. And with your finger, that's right, with your finger. How else are you going to smooth this out? Can you do it with a spoon? You'll probably miss smoothing it out, because you have to feel it. And once it's smooth, then we'll add it. If this amount is correct, well, let's put it this way. The correct amount of cornstarch will be on the description. And if it's a cup of cornstarch, it's always a cup of water. Teaspoon of cornstarch, teaspoon of water. That's how it works. So now let's raise the flame. We want to finish this fast. Put it in. Drizzle and watch it thicken. It looks good. It needs green. Okay? So you would add some fresh parsley to that. Scallions. Chives. Whatever you like. A little bit more. Like I said, I want it to lay on top of the pork. If you don't want it to lay on top of the pork, then put less. This is a good amount. We're having 2 big pork chops. And this amount, some of it's going to fall over. So I'd say this is for 3 pork chops, thick ones. And there's a drop of, I think I might use it all. Yes, that's working out just fine. I like that. Sometimes I have to make too many adjustments. This time, no. Put this on super low. And now you have to taste it, right? So if I played my cards right with this recipe, you know, I did it on the fly. I've never made this before. So you have to taste. I taste everything that I put in there, and I'm not adding sugar. We don't like that sweet here. Now, if you want it a little bit sweet, throw in a tablespoon of light brown sugar or dark brown sugar. Other than that, we will add whatever I put on the recipe for salt, which was I didn't, so now we will add a half a teaspoon of salt. That'll bring out the flavor of everything. I knew there was something missing. And usually when there's something missing in a recipe, when you're cooking food, not bakery goods, well, it could be in bakery goods too, but more so in cooking, salt brings out the flavor of everything. So if you have an infinity to salt, it's okay. But if you're cooking for other people, think about them and not yourself. That's what I do. I figure if I was making this just for me, I would maybe do it a little bit different. But this is for the general public. And now let's taste it again. Oh, so you caught me double dipping. You know what? That did it. I'm still around. I'm still healthy. And that's it. I'm going to show you what it looks on the pork after I make dinner. Okay, and now the pork is done. Look how thick that piece was. Now we're going to put this glaze sauce on it. That's what I wanted, for it to lay right there. Just like that. And there we go. Hope you enjoy it.